What are you saying, Coral? Hey, doggy, come
What
here.
are you saying, Coral?
Come
Hey,
here.
doggy, come here.
Oh,
Come here.
Coming up.
Oh, he's coming up. Coming up. Oh. Hiya.
Hi.
Hi.
You're a smelly dog. You need a bath.
You're a smelly dog. You need a
Oh,
bath.
here's the other dog coming as well.
Oh, here's the other dog coming as well.
Hi. Hi.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
You wanting attention as well, Miggy?
You wanting attention as well, Miggy?
Go on, out. Miggy out.
Go
Out. Squeezing in there.
Miggy out. You're not squeezing in there.
It's got a bit cloudy.
It's got a bit cloudy.
What you doing? What you doing?
What you doing? What you
You
doing?
get any ticks on you today, Coral? You've been in the
You get
long
any ticks
grass
on you
again.
today, Coral? You've been in the long grass again.
Oh, the clouds come back.
Oh, the clouds come back.
Dog, you're heavy. Sit.
Dog, you're heavy.
Sit. Is that a bite or a tick?
Is that a bite or a tick?
Right, down you go. McGee, you're wrapped in a cable.
Right, down you go. McGee, you're wrapped in a cable.
Alright, afternoon. Whoever's just popped in.
Alright, afternoon. Whoever's
I'm
just
just
popped
hanging
in.
around in the observatory today. I came in
I'm just hanging around in the observatory today.
Why the session with the Rasa behind me.
Why the session
crapped
with
itself
the
last
Rasa
night.
behind me
The cable
crapped
snag.
itself last night. The cable
Dogs.
snag.
Down.
Away. Dogs. Down. Usual. Away. Usual.
So we're live on the sun again today.
Live on the sun again today.
Cloud coming through.
Although there is some intermediate cloud
Nothing we
coming
can't
through.
handle.
Nothing we can't handle.
And there's a couple of sunspot regions on the
There's a
sun.
couple of sunspot regions on the
That's the one
sun.
you can see here, which I'm currently using
That's the one
for
you can see here, which I'm currently
contrast
using
edge
for
detection focus.
contrast edge detection focus.
And then there's this other region
And then
down
there's region
on the right.
down on the right.
So I was just trying to tighten up the focus just a
So I was
fraction.
trying to tighten up the focus just a fraction.
So we're not far off there.
So we're not far off there.
So we're on the sun today with the
So we're on
Lunt
the
solar
sun
scope
today
again.
with the
As you can see
Lunt
along the
solar
bottom.
scope again. As you can see along
We've
the
got the
bottom.
LS80MT,
We've got the LS80MT,
which is the modular solar scope,
which
which
is the
means it can be
modular
converted
solar
for night
scope,
use
which
with the
means it
addition
can
of
be
a
converted
separate
for night
focuser.
use with the addition of a separate focuser.
And I've got the ASI 174mm
And I've got
mono
the ASI
camera.
174mm mono
And it's
camera.
all sitting on top of the CGX
And
mount.
it's all sitting on top
And
of
in the
the
optical train
CGX
today,
mount.
I
And in the
have gone
optical
for a
train today,
2.5x
I've gone
Barlow.
for a 2.5x
So
Barlow.
that will give me whatever.
So that
I
will
can't
give
remember the
me
native
whatever.
focal length of the
I
Lunt.
can't remember the
I think
native
it's
focal length of the
520.
Lunt. I think it's
Let me just
520.
find it. It's 560.
Find it. It's 560.
So 2.5
So 2.5
Barlow will give us a focal length of
Barlow
1400
will give us
millimeters
a
today.
focal length
This
of
is the first time I'm
1400
using
millimeters today. This is the first time I'm using
this
the
Barlow with
this Barlow
the solar scope, and I had a
with
hell of a
the,
job trying to find
solar scope, and I had
the
a hell of
focus
a job
distance.
trying to find the
So I've got
focus
every
distance.
combination of adapters
So I've got every combination of adapters and
couplings
adapters
and
and
you name it. So I eventually managed to
you name it. So I eventually
find
managed
the bottom of the
find the bottom
Celestron
of the
Barlow
Celestron
that I'm using
Barlow that I'm
has
using.
an M48 thread, and
Has an
then I put in an
M48 thread,
M48 to
and then I
M42
put in an M48
reducer,
M42
and then
reducer,
stuck
and
an
then
eyepiece adapter on
stuck,
it, which allowed me
an
to then
eyepiece
attach that
adapter on
into
it,
the
which allowed me to then
blocking
attach that
filter
into
on the
the
Lunt,
blocking filter on the
and
Lunt,
then at the other end of the scope,
and then at the other end of the scope,
I've just got the ring, the camera
I've just got
adaptation ring,
the ring,
just
the
pushed straight
camera
into the
adaptation ring,
eyepiece holder.
just push straight
2
into
inch
the
eyepiece holder of the
2-inch eyepiece holder.
Barlow,
The,
and
the Barlow.
we eventually found the focus distance.
We eventually
which is
found
great.
the focus distance, which is great.
So we're here, we're looking at it in the mono view, so this is mono 8.
So we're here, we're looking at it in
and
the
I've got
mono
it
view,
selected
so
in
this is
mono
mono
8
8,
so that
and I've got it selected in mono 8,
I
so
can put on false
that
colour. So if I go up to the effects menu and choose false colour, you can see this is the false colour applied by SharpCap, which I'm using for the imaging at the moment. And let me take off the crosshairs. Don't need them at the moment. There we go. And if we have a quick scout round the sun, let's drop down the bottom first. That's going up. Typical, always going the wrong way. And then we can just cruise around and see what's happening. So there's nothing on the surface here. I had these controls going the other way. I don't know why they flipped back. Maybe because they're disconnected. We've got a bit of surface activity happening here, and another filament structure over the top there. Another solar sunspot region at the top right. Let me just touch down the clouds that passed away so I can pull back the exposure just a touch. And further up and over to the left. It's just this one region up here. And if we cruise back down, we're back onto the main area. So there. Let's take off the colour. I'm not sure if the focus has drifted again there, so I can go into Tools, Focus Assistant, Contrast Edge, move this region of interest to here, reset calc. And now if I nudge the scope focuser, you can watch what the green triangle does. So if I move in, and that's a slight improvement, although it's bouncing around probably just down to the seeing. It's stabilized improvement. So it's not bad there. If I push it another notch, I'll probably take it too far. Oh, again, slight improvement. No, to way back the other way. I wonder if there's some clouds coming through. So let's take a look at this region up here. put the false colour back on.
False colour back on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always a fine balance between exposure and
Always
gain.
a fine balance between exposure and gain.
So if I increase the gain and
So
blow
if
out the core of the
increase
sun,
the
or the
gain
disk
and
of the
blow
sun,
out
we'll
the
be able
core
to
of the
see
sun, or the disk of the
what
sun,
activity
we'll
is
be able to
happening
see
around the disk.
what activity is happening around the disk.
So there's nothing in this area there.
There's nothing in this area there.
Let's reset the stretch.
Reset the stretch.
Oh, there we've got some activity up the top.
Oh, there we've got some activity up the top.
And adjust the exposure in that.
Adjust the exposure in that.
So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 main flares coming off the surface.
4 main flares coming off the surface.
Hey lass, how are you today?
Hey
Thanks
lass,
for coming
how are
in
you
by.
today?
I was just hanging out in
Thanks for coming in by. I was just hanging out in the
Have some nice voice feedback. Everything you say is
some nice
repeated a few
voice
seconds.
feedback.
Oh, I wonder if
Everything
there's a
you say
second
is
microphone
repeated
getting
a few
picked
seconds.
up.
Oh, I
It'll
wonder if
be
there's a second
the.
microphone getting picked up. It'll be the.
Let me go into OBS and see what's all
Let
on.
me go into OBS and see what's all on.
How about now? Is that all good now? Let me see what my webcam settings are. There we go. Yeah, there was too many because I've connected. Let me go back to. Can we see so much of a delay between when I see something and then see it in the control studio on YouTube? Yeah. So if you look at the webcam, or sorry, if you look at my display, you can see I've got two internal webcams, and also the external rig webcam. So it was just obviously it was how the microphones were turned on as well. So how are things today with you, lass? Yeah, the weather's not been good in Cyprus either. It's been, you know, it's still relatively warm. It's what, 26 degrees inside the observatory at the moment. But we've had a lot of cloud and everything, and then last night was my first decent clear night. So I set up there's a lot of activity down here. So I set up the RASA, the rig behind me, and I was just experimenting on the Spaghetti Nebula, trying to do a six panel mosaic, I think it was. And it was going alright at the beginning. Guiding wasn't perfect, but it was going okay. And then into panel 3, I think it was, or towards the end of panel 2 session and moving into panel 3, the guiding started to take a bit of a wobble, and I thought it was maybe cloud and seeing conditions coming through. And then all hell broke loose, and it just was not working at all. And the guide camera the image on the guide camera, the guide stars were jumping left to right by about, I don't know, 30-40 pixels. Just randomly. So I don't know what was going on with it. I thought it was maybe the guiding had got himself mixed up. I tried recalibrating and all that, but it just wasn't having any joy. And then I started to get some camera dropouts, and then I suspected there was probably some pull on a cable. So it was about 1:30 in the morning by then. I thought, I saw it. I just shut everything down and went to my bed. Came in this morning, and yeah, one of the cables, or a couple of the cables, had got wrapped up around the mount. Here's the dog, or one of the dogs. Hey Coral, come. You're drooling. Where have you been? Here. Come and say hello. Oh. This is Coral, dog number 1. Aren't you? Hey. Why are you drooling? What have you been eating? Hey. Are you watching the screen too? Can you see all these flares around the bottom of the sun? Where's McGee? Where's the other dog? Yeah, I had a look at the mount and I thought, I'm gonna get some of that, or I think I'll get some of that, you know, like plastic tablecloth material that you get from the DIY shops, and I thought about making a little, you know, skirt to go around the mount, like you do, you know, the bottom of a Christmas tree when you put all the sheet down, and that would stop it catching and everything. Yeah, so this is Coral. She's about 7 years old now. She's a boxer Staffordshire Cross, a rescue dog that we got in Cyprus in 2018, 2019 now. Yes. You're drooling. You've eaten something in the garden, I think. Right, down you go. So where were we? Oh yeah, we were tracking around the bottom of the sun. Yeah, so I was expecting to see rain today, but it hasn't materialised, although looking out over the sea, there's certainly cloud building, and we're meant to be cloudy for the rest of the week. Although I don't know, it keeps changing rapidly. No, that's not what I meant to type. Yeah, so we're red tonight, red tomorrow night, Tuesday is a maybe, Wednesday red, Thursday red, Friday red, so it's next Saturday before the situation improves, although this changes quite quickly, so you never know. But it's typical, new moon, and the weather's crap. And we've got one ISS Passover tonight, so I probably won't catch that. We've got rain tomorrow night. What's it saying on windy? So what? Sunday night's okay. Monday's okay. Where's all the rain? It says rain. Oh, there it's coming in now. So it's Tuesday, Monday night into Tuesday, and then the storm coming Tuesday afternoon. Yeah. So it's not the best. There's this afternoon's cloud. Yeah, this is what's just sweeping in through now that we get periodically. So that's that. Yeah, I had a boxer as well when I was growing up. My parents had a boxer called, her name was Heidi. She was nuts. I haven't finished going around the sun, have I? Oh, there's a big flare. What's that? Probably three or four Earth size. Maybe 3. Yeah, Coral's she's a skinny dog, but that's just her natural build, and she's unbelievably quick. So she's great for catching mice and lizards and you name it. Although the neighbourhood cats haven't been so fortunate. She's got 5 on our list of wins, shall we say, and she doesn't mess around when she gets a hold of them. It's she just grabs them by the throat and then shakes them to death, basically. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's just nature. No, I have tried. Not so much the time lapses. Yes, it is something I want to do, but I've just never really got around to it. I'm always just pottering. So I do have a load of captured videos and things like that of the 30-second bursts, and then over the course of however long. I've just never got around to really processing them properly. The Registax wasn't working too well on this machine, and I haven't really tried it to do it properly. Let's go back to the surface. haze coming through, I can see it. Let's see if I can sharpen this just a touch with the focuser. It's worse. Oh no. It's about the same. Yeah, so I've been working on the observatory this last few days. I've still got to release the video on it, but I don't know if you saw. What was the last one? I can't remember now. But anyway, oh yeah, the last one was installing additional batteries. So now we've been putting in some controls for all the individual supplies to all the devices. So I bought a whole bunch of these Sonoff wireless relays and tied that in, and it works with Google Home Assistant. So that's all been working good. So I've got the main rig set up on that. So that's me taking all the power bricks away, and I've got just the 12 volt fields off the battery system. So there are no more mains power bricks hanging everywhere. So it's coming together. Yeah, this Barlow, I was originally using Omegon Barlows, so I had this Omegon 2X Barlow. That worked not too bad. But then I've also got a 3X and a 5X Barlow, but I just cannot get focus with them at all. And the connections on the elements are not standard inch and a quarter, so I can't like take the glass element out and same as I can with the. So with the 2-inch, I can unscrew the eyepiece section, which just leaves me the glass element, and I can attach that directly onto the eyepiece of the 174, which works great. But for whatever reason, when they were making the 3 and the 5, they're using a slightly different thread, and it's, you know, a bow hair bigger, so it won't do the same thing, which is annoying. So I gave up with that. But the Barlow I'm using at the moment is the Celestron, is it the Luminos 2.5? So it's a 2-inch Barlow. I use that one with the Edge 11. So if you remember back, or maybe you haven't seen it, but I did a live stream on Jupiter using the Edge 11 at its native focal length 2800 plus the 2.5 Barlow, the Celestron Barlow, to give me a focal length of 7,000 millimeters. And I thought, well, I'll try that Barlow on the solar scope, because obviously I was only using a 2X before. So after, I don't know how long it took me this afternoon, maybe an hour of just fanning around with different adapters and couplings and putting them in different places in the optical train, and eventually I managed to find the focal point. So yeah, it seems to be not a bad Barlow. I have been looking at the Teleview PowerMates, but every time I've looked or considered going and getting one, they've been out of stock. So I didn't bother. wonder if we should go and do a grab of this area, just out of curiosity. So we've got 3 main regions. Let me center that on the scope where I can hopefully get the best optics. And let's grab a 30-second of that. Just to see how it comes up. I've been using Astro Surface on this laptop because my Registax isn't working. Capturing what we're getting at 41 frames a second at the moment. Okay, so let's grab that. So let's pull up Astro Surface. I don't even know if it's installed, or if it was just to be in my downloads folder probably. Yeah, Registax, AutoStacker, just all the user interfaces are looking very tired and dated now. It'd be nice if somebody had the time and effort to go and redo them. Right, let's open this file. Solar, what's today's date? 20th. Okay, so we're doing default monochrome. Let's close that window. Let's register. I'll go see, we're doing surface. And let's select that as the region of interest. Analyze. And these laptops that I'm using in the observatory, they're not the fastest in the world. They only live outside. Alright, so we analyze that. Alignment mode. Let's stack. See what comes out. How long is this going to take? The other thing I want to do in the observatory is get some of those brush strips for drafts. You put it around the dome rotation and keep some of the dust out, because it blows in under the dome. And then you got floor in here as well. That doesn't help. Stop processing. Let's go back to the sun while it's processing. There was that big region at the bottom. It's not too bad an issue. Generally, it's not too bad. Obviously, there's no escaping it because the floor's semi-open, being decking. I haven't put a floor down, a full floor. I've just got a bit of old swimming pool liner in the middle around the main area, but all the bays are open. And then there's obviously the gap between the rotator and the dome walls. But generally, it's not too bad. Do find lizard poop and spiders and things like that. Alright, that's that finished stacking. Can I zoom in? Too far. And wavelets, region of interest. So that doesn't look too bad there. I'll just apply those settings as they are. That's too much. And if I can never remember how to colorize it in this bloody app. Convert mono to RGB. False colors. Ugh. Oh, there we go. It's got pre-built color models. Didn't know that. So what was the one in the sun? 3. It's a bit dark around the edge. I wonder if I can adjust. Oh, I need to ROI it again. Yeah, it's blowing out the disc, the edges of the disc. So I can try this approach. I should keep a note of my settings. I can never remember how I got the right colour last time. Yeah, that's so. Hey Garnet, welcome. How are you? I'm just pottering around in the dome today, and I thought, well, we're in between clouds, I'll chuck on the solar scope. And I've just been shooting the shit with Lass. So we're over on the sun, as you can gather, with the LS80. Yeah, we're meant to be getting clouds coming back in. It was meant to start early this morning, but they were a bit late coming. I was saying to Lass earlier on, I managed to get a clear night last night, and I went and set up the RASA on the Spaghetti Nebula, and I was just pottering around with it, and I thought, well, I'll set it up for a 6-panel mosaic and just do an hour on each panel just to see how it came out, and got into panel 3 and the guiding started to go haywire, and then the whole lot started disconnecting, and I ended up with a cable snag, and I gave up at 1:30 this morning and just went to my bed. But the rest of the week's looking terrible, so the next real clear night looks like a short duration on Tuesday, and then next Saturday. But it's still relatively warm. It's 26 degrees in the observatory today. That looks like I was on the sweet spot. Clouds are coming through. So when was your last clear skies then, Garnet? I can't remember the last time I seen your when you were last on your solar. Good old collimation, eh? I'll have a look at Space Weather Live to see what it's saying today. What's the dogs barking at? 147 is the main spot that we're looking at. This one here. Yeah, I don't know. Do I reset the pressure tuner each session? Generally, I'll give it a tweak. I'll get the scope set up. I'll get the sun in target. I'll get it as focused as best I can. I'll get a nice, decent balance on the contrast, on the exposure and gain, and then I'll typically just wind the pressure tuner in and out a few times until I get the best contrast between the regions. But I never know exactly what's the best approach to use. It's just been trial and error. But it's the usual. It's bright outside, so it's the t-shirt, head over the t-shirt, and a remote desktop onto the laptop using my phone, and then I can see what's going on the screen as I adjust it. There's not a lot happening on this side. Oh, here we go at the top. Oh, wrong way. So this is the first time I've been using this this 2.5x Barlow with the solar scope. So it took a bit of jiggery pokery to get it the right distance, but we got there in the end with a trial and error of different adapters and different M42 to M48 rings, and trying it in different places on the optical train to get it right. And in the end I actually ended up screwing an eyepiece with an M42 to M48 adapter onto the front of the Barlow, which I could then stick into the blocking filter, and then on the ASI 174 just stuck a M42 to M42 ring onto the front of the camera and shoved that into the 2-inch Barlow, and that seems to have worked. So I'll need to write that down so I don't forget it for next time. You get nothing that gets full disc. But I thought you could get full disc with your solar scope that you've got at the moment. Or is the 100mm scope the limit for the full disc? Bit of wispy cloud coming through. Constant change with the clouds is causing havoc. There's certainly a lot more activity on the bottom of the sun. It'll be give it a few days until it rotates round, and we'll see what's going on under the other side round here. How do I normally polar align during the day? Well, at the moment, the mount itself lives permanently in the garden. It's bolted down, well, not bolted down to the ground, but it's tethered to the ground. So it doesn't really need polar aligning. But if I do move a mount during the day, I'll set it up rough polar aligned to true north, and then I'll just drift align. So I'll put the scope into solar tracking mode, I'll target on the sun, and then I'll slowly adjust the east and west and altitude until it stops moving around and just holds position. I've actually got another mount coming. I've ordered, it should be arriving on Tuesday, because this is sitting on the, as you can see from the image of the outside, it's sitting on a CGX mount, and that's the mount that I normally use for the Edge 11. But I get fed up losing my setup when I swap between solar and deep sky. So what I've actually done is I've ordered another CGXL, which is I'll use for the Edge 11 outside. So I've just bought the head, don't need the tripod because I've already got the tripod left over for when I put the CGXL in the observatory onto a pier. So the tripod's sitting in a cupboard at the moment. So I can use that for the time being until I can build another pier outside, and then I'll move the CGX mount across so I can have it dedicated, set up for the Lunt scope for both day and night use, and that way I don't have to tear down and set up my configurations all the time. And then I'll just need to get some decent covers. What I was thinking of doing is maybe building one of these small mini observatories using an old storage box. What's the dog doing? Chasing lizards. Just for having it outside. I think the focus has drifted again. Tools, focus assistant, edge detection. I thought the focus had moved. That'll do. I actually wonder if the pressure tuner needs a slight tweak. It's for losing the surface detail. Let me go and try it. Hopefully I won't destroy the image. So let's connect to my laptop using the phone. Find an area of the sun I'm going to use as the reference. And I'll go tweak the pressure tuner. Which targets are you processing, lass? Heart Nebula, nice. Just doing that in RGB? Or are you doing that in HOO or SHO? Terrible, terrible data, your stars are all over the place. That's a common theme for me. As long as it keeps us happy. It's not a competition at the end of the day. Well, I think we're getting quite low in the horizon and we're starting to get into the cloud over the horizon and the coast. Starting to get very hazy. Space Weather by Tamitha Snow. Is that an application, Garnet, or a program, or give us a clue? YouTube, okay. I will go and have a look at that when I go inside later on. I was watching that, what was I watching? The series on Netflix, the Ancient Apocalypse. And they were on about all the different old civilizations 10, 15,000 years ago. And all their monuments and how they aligned with the star constellations and how they ended up coming to an end, basically. Yeah, we're starting to see more cloud coming in. Well, I wish you could set these controls to go which way you want them to go, not what the software decides it wants to go. Make life a lot easier. I know you can flip them, but I need it to rotate around 90 degrees. Really, I'm going to push the exposures up now. No way to fly. The flies have been horrendous this last few days, and it doesn't help to leave the observatory door open, I suppose. Oh, hello, fat dog. I hear you. I would lift you up, but you're just too heavy. You've got a bit of tree stuck to your nose. Coming up. Yeah. Up. 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 Oh, you're big. You've been eating too much. This is the other dog. Ouch. You're soaking wet. What have you been doing? This is McGee. Hi. He is another rescue dog. We've had him for a couple of years. 35 kilos of just muscle and stupidity. He is a Staffordshire Pit Bull cross, aren't you? And you've got horrendous allergies, so you scratch all the time, don't you? Big fat dog. You big fat dog. Hmm? Eh? I don't know what you've been doing in the garden, but you stink. You've been rolling in something. Are you playing with Coral? Hmm? Hmm? I see you. You need to do a bath as well. Both the dogs are needing a bath. Hmm? Want your chin rubbed. Ah, yes. Yeah, you're not wrong there, lass. The wife and kids, they're over in the UK at the moment for a couple of weeks, so it's just me and the dogs. And this one, all he wants to do is lie around, eat food and sleep. And the other one, Coral, she just follows me everywhere, so she's like a shadow. And then she constantly paces. And then taking them out for a, I won't say the word because they'll get hyper, but a WALK. And they're all over the place. You're a nightmare. A nightmare. A nightmare. Arrgh. Aren't you? You going down? You're too heavy. Ah. What is it, Coral? Coral. Up, up. Stupid dogs. Let's have another squint around the sun. Where am I going? Right? No, that goes left. McGee, stop. You're licking your paws. Stop it. Out. Out. Where are we in the relative to the bushes? Getting close. I'm going to do a quick capture of this. Clouds are moving through, changing the exposure. Stop it, clouds. Quick, grab. What you dogs doing? Coral, why you got a boulder in your mouth? Yeah, Coral's got a thing for eating stones and boulders, so she carries them around the garden. She's already snapped one tooth. Like your fireworks away, and she's away barking. Let's open that latest one and see. Default, monochrome, register. Yeah, rocks. She chases them when you throw them, and when we're up at the beach and that, she'll go into the sea and go diving looking for them that you've thrown in the water. She usually finds them as well, which is quite impressive. But she pulls rocks out of the sea or out of ponds and things like that the size of her head. I don't know how she gets a hold of them with her teeth. Convert to no. Oh, stupid thing. Yeah, I don't like that. Just pottering about. Ooh, that's gone a bit red. I think we're down into the bushes. Oh no, it's just clouds. Yeah, it's getting thick cloud now. You can see it on the horizon. Ain't gonna go away now. Alright, I think we're doomed by clouds now, lass. And we're getting low as well. I think we're just starting to touch on the edge of the bushes as well. Right, I'll just have one last scout around before we lose everything. Let's go down to the bottom. Let's see, this flares down here. Oh. Wrong way. That small flare at the right hand there looks like a Christmas tree. As they say. Come back, son. All is forgiven. McGee, what are you doing? Jumping. Yeah, so that looks like the three main regions today. Yep, and there comes the clouds. Alright lads, I think I'm going to call it quits there. I'll be heading into the bushes just shortly anyway. So thank you very much for hanging out. And we'll wait and see what happens with the weather. Never know what will be on the cards for next week. So on that note, thank you very much. Have a nice week, and we'll catch you in the next one. You too. I hope it's not too cold up in Denmark. Right, signing out then. We'll see you later. Thank you. Take care now. Clear skies.